Hey, what's going on, guys? What's going on? What is going on? It's your guy, Todd Mickens. Listen, I'm here. I am excited today. We're going to have a good time today. I have a special guest. She will be in shortly. She's just finishing up a workout, a virtual online workout. For those of you who don't know which workout I'm talking about, I am talking about none other than the E2M fitness, E2M, um, E2M. Yeah, Eager to Motivate. It's a program put together by none other than Brother Jeff Spoon, who's the leader of this program. And real quickly, I'm going to possibly, so we can get more folks in here, I'm going to show a quick video. Just a quick matter of fact, let me go ahead and see if I can get her in, and because I know she has things to do, I'm gonna get her in. Then I want to show y'all a quick video. I want to show y'all a video of what we're talking about here, right? Okay. Yeah, there we go. I'm gonna send this to her, and she should be. Soon as she come in, we're gonna go ahead and get started as soon as possible. Like I said, while she's coming in, again, this is the Todd Mix Let's Talk About podcast. This is the new. This is time for sign up for the E2M program. Sign up for E2M. What is E2M? What is E2M? Well, I'm going to go ahead and share this presentation with y'all about what is E2M. And hopefully by then, Coach will be ready. So here we go. I'm going to show this quick, short presentation of what is E2M. Hope you enjoy.
Hey, first of all, thank you guys for tuning in and checking out our YouTube page. Today, we're going to talk about what is E2M. So E2M is not just a diet. Sometimes you may hear different things about E2M because we have very exclusive aspects to our program. But E2M is not just a diet. So what is E2M? E2M is a program that consists of 8 weeks of meal plans, workouts, motivation, coaching, and a lot of accountability. So when you look at our program and you want to know more about it, let's kind of walk through it. So we have several trainers. You don't just get one personal trainer, you get several. So I have 2 of my trainers here today. but you get several trainers. You don't just get one. You get meal plans that change every week. So every week you'll have a different meal plan. So it keeps the variety and spice of life when it comes to food. You can have a little something different, something to look forward to each week. Now, one of the biggest aspects of E2M is our community. That's what we're known for. We're mostly known for our community and the people that we have in our fitness group. So we have almost 100,000 people as of now in our fitness group from all walks of life. Doctors, nurses, lawyers, homemakers, former NFL guys, you name it, we have them in our group. That's to help give you all the accountability you need because there's somebody just like you in our fitness group. Whether that be where they started from in their fitness journey or where they're going in their fitness journey. There's gonna be somebody like you in our group. So when you think about E2M, it's not just a meal plan, it's so much more. It's a fitness program, you get a bunch of coaches, you get great workouts, you get great meal plans, and you get accountability that's unlike anywhere else. So if you're looking for a program that's gonna help you meet your fitness goals, if you struggled, if you had a hard time, E2M is the place for you. We wouldn't have 100,000 clients if it wasn't a good place to be. Hope to see you soon.
All right, and there you have it. E2M. It is. Listen, in my own words, let me describe E2M. And what it's done for me and my family, for me and my wife. I've been fairly fit most of my adult life. I would think so. Uh, I've been in the military. I've stayed in the gym, pretty good. But I never actually, especially once I got past the 30s, going up to the 40s. I am 46 years old. Yeah, but I never really got my fitness journey down pat. Myself or my wife. My wife was athletic as well. She played sports in school. She went to college. She did all the stuff. But um, life happens. Your journey does what it does, and next thing you know, like what happened with me, uh, you walk past the mirror one day and you realize you're not what you used to be 10 years ago. Just be a quick look. Oh, I see we have our coach. She's in the building. I'm gonna go ahead and bring her in so that we can get her on to her way because she's bit listen, it took me a whole 2 rounds to get to matter of fact, let me bring up y'all. Put your hands together. This is Coach Alicia. It took me 2 rounds to get to it. Now, actually, well, yeah, I guess because it was going into the beginning of the last round, and this is the end of this round, going into the beginning of the next round. So, listen, hey, Coach, how you doing?
I'm doing pretty good. I just finished a workout, so I got my adrenaline is going. I'm good. I'm good. How you?
I'm doing good. I see you. I see you. How Miss Mandy said. I see you looking sparkly over there. You looking like you
Oh
done
yeah, it was
sparkle from the
sparkly.
workout.
I was definitely sparkly. I was like, this little 15 minutes. Wait a minute now. Trying to
Right.
wear me out.
Yeah, that's
But no,
good.
yeah,
Listen,
definitely a good workout.
listen. We definitely appreciate you. I know you're busy. We tried doing something the other day, and of course, your schedule calls for a rescheduling. And to be honest with you, a lot of times when you have to reschedule, I'd be like, because I'll be busy and tied up, and so it all works out good.
Uh,
How was your day so far today? What's
so far, so good. Christmas was just yesterday, so just kind of like coming down from that. So kind of trying to refresh and do all that good. Like, okay, now it's time to get back into the groove. You go see your family. You eat good. You get a little desserts you don't need and all that good stuff. And but you get all the loving too. So today was like a chill day for me, but it was a good one for sure.
okay? Okay, let's jump straight into it because we know you didn't always start off E2M. I looked at some of your pictures, some of your Instagram pictures, and I noticed you were um, I don't know if I want to say a fitness model, a bodybuilding model. What was that time point in your life?
So what you're referring to is 2019. I actually was an E2M coach then as well, but I was more like part-time. So before I started working with E2M full-time, I had my hand in a lot of stuff. So, but I used to train kids. So before I started training adults, I used to train kids with motor impairment. So that's what I did during that time. I was training kids. I was also training adults with my own brand at the time, and I was doing E2M. And then, but as I was doing E2M, I actually met Jeff before. Well, that was early on in 2019. I met Jeff at the gym while I was training the client, and he, told me about E2M. So once I joined E2M, he later then told me, he was like, "You ever thought about doing a body competition?" And I was like, "You know what? I have, but it was just a thought." So with the support of Jeff as well as the E2M family, we ended up getting me signed up for my first competition, and he was actually in that show as well. And so it was great to have him there to do it. It was my first show. I wouldn't say that oh yeah, I'm a bikini competitor. No, it was a one and done for sure for me. But it was a great experience. But I am not doing that anymore. Like,
I mean, but
was
actually, I thought, I mean, you looked amazing, your abs and everything. I mean, you were what was your ideal weight at that particular time?
I was 117 pounds, and
Whoa.
I wasn't 100. So right now, well, at least when I weighed myself at my mom's house the other day, I was 149, and I'm
Okay.
5'5.5", 5'6" on a good day. But but so a lot of people they be like, really? But I'm like, yeah, my weight fluctuates. So I'm like 146, 149 is usually my range. But
Okay.
before even training for that show, I probably was like 135 maybe. And so yeah, to be 117, I was surprised myself, but it ended up paying off because I won all of the categories that I was in, and I also earned my pro card. So I earned my title of being a bikini competitor professional. But it was, so that would have been great had I continued and I can compete at a professional level, and that's what people get paid for their shows. But
Right, right, right.
it was just not for me. But I always, when people ask me about it, I always encourage them to, yeah, give it a try. It was a great experience. I met some great people, and I mean, my body looked good. So I took some good pictures and all that good stuff, all the good memories. But yes, it was, you really have to be dedicated and super
Right.
disciplined for that.
So with that, and we're gonna move on. That was more or less that was the weight that got you to showcase your body at that particular weight. Because you say you was averaging around 130 to 140 something, so 117 gave you the popping.
Oh yeah, that's definitely the leaner, and that's the thing too. So yes, it did. That being that lean, which was the goal. We never had a weight. We never had a number goal. It was a look
Okay.
goal, which is kind of
Oh,
what
got
we always encourage the clients. It's like, sometimes it's not always a number that you want to reach. It's a look. So for me, I didn't know how low the numbers were going to drop. It was mainly just focusing on that body fat percentage going down, and just how we wanted to look on stage. But that definitely made me more lean and more cut up, as people would say, or tone. People use different words for that. Um, but for me, it's crazy as it sounds. I was actually on a weight gain journey before I did that show. So to put in
Right.
all that work to gain the weight, and then to lose it all, and now to put it back on, it's definitely a challenge that has kept me motivated on my personal goals. So yeah.
Okay. All right. All right. All right. So now going into uh your your educational fitness background, and because you already mentioned about Jeff, is one thing he always talked about that was familiar to each one with you, Coach Witt, and Mandy, is that he found y'all. I'm gonna just use the word found, or saw y'all already in your element of working in
Right.
what you're doing now. You just wasn't walking down the street. He say, "Hey, would you mind being a coach?" So
Right.
so first, what is your background? What got you into the fitness? I know you say you was working with kids, and if I'm not mistaken, was it some close to special needs kids at one time? you was working
Yeah,
with?
my kids they were diagnosed with motor impairments. Yes.
Okay. Okay. So
Yeah.
what was your fitness educational background, and then like you say, meeting Coach Jeff, and what was that first initial thought? Like what? Especially when it was full time. I can understand part time.
Well, to answer your first question as far as my background, so I went to WITHE2M University, which is located in Rock Hill, South Carolina, and that's where I earned my Bachelor's of Science degree in exercise science. So I have, the background there in the fitness industry and just learning what I needed to know there. But when I got the exercise science major, I knew I was going back to school. I didn't know exactly what at the time because I was in between physical therapy and occupational therapy until I ended up meeting an occupational therapist and learn more about that program. So I was like, that's what I want to do. So in 2015, I actually enrolled at Florida A&M University, and I earned my master's in occupational therapy in 2018 from there. So after I graduated with my master's, I know I always wanted to train. I knew that. I was actually training my classmates while I was there for free, just to kind of like my proteges. So I was like, when I moved back to the Carolinas, I want to start my own fitness business, all this kind of stuff. But it was just going to be like a side hustle thing. I did not think that I could actually do it and make a living. They were just like, oh, and nobody told me that. It was just something that I just thought, just what I was taught. It's like, oh, you go to school, you get that good degree, and you get the good job, and that
Right,
whole,
right.
So, but I always enjoyed it and loved it. And, I mean, shoot, I got 2 degrees, kind of, dealing with similar things when it comes to the body. So I'm like, let me use them. But when I came back, I was studying for my exam. But while I was studying for my exam, the lady who was planning to hire me, I was working for her before I left to go to school. So she knew what I was capable of, and she knew I wanted to train as well. So I started training her daughter, which is, she's diagnosed with cerebral palsy. And then we just started actually training other kids that had cerebral palsy. And so it was like it's a small group, but it's our community of kids, and I would do that. And then I started branching off, and I was like, I want to train adults as well, while I was still studying for my OT exam. And so I won't make the story so long. To make a long story short, I end up deciding fitness over OT, even though I went to school and paid all that money. But I end up training, but because that was like something I really wanted to do, and that's what spoke to me. Like, ultimately, my goal, I believe my purpose here on this earth is to serve and to help other people. And even though sometimes I thought it was helping other people with PT, which I didn't do, I was like, well, maybe it's OT. I don't know. And now I found that my calling is within fitness. So I feel like I'm still serving the purpose. It was very hard for me to make that decision to choose fitness over OT, being that I went there for so many years. And I was like, I was worrying about what people would think and like what would people say that I didn't pursue this
Right.
career that I'm spending the money on. Like, but I had to block out that noise and be like, okay, well, you can't live life for other people. You got to live life for you. So yeah, you did that. And you also learned a lot that you still use in E2M. I know my verbiage may seem a little different when I explain stuff because that's what I learned. So it's not that I'm not using what I learned, but for the longest time, it was very hard for me to accept what I truly wanted to do because I feared what people would say. So once I started training and I started picking up clients, and I was training this guy in the gym, and then Jeff came over, made a little joke, and I used to train late, and so did Jeff. I used to go in there like 8 o'clock. I didn't want to be in there with the whole, everybody in there 5 o'clock.
Yeah.
It's like a little fashion show, and I ain't had time for that. I'm trying to get my work
Right.
in so I can go. And then I had a client. I low key wasn't even supposed to be training for real in that gym, so I was just like,
Right.
But so Jeff came over, made a little joke, and then eventually he ended up messaging me on Instagram, and I can't remember exactly what the dialogue was, but I remember him saying he wanted to talk to me about his business, and he was like, I ain't trying to holler, I'm trying to hire. And I was like, what?
Right.
But I appreciate you for
Hey,
saying
that
it.
sounds like him too.
People come in your inbox, he be like, what you want? But but
Yeah.
so he ended up telling me about it. He was like, well, if you're interested, I'm at the gym, you come by. So I actually just finished training a client. I came over to the gym. I had talked to him about well, he was telling me about E2M, and he was just like, what it was and how he started. He was like, but I really feel like I love your personality. Cause I guess he's like, I've been not trying to be weird, but I've been watching you. Like, I see you on Instagram. I see your personality. He was like, I think you'll be, really good. So he said, if you're interested, I would love for you to sit down with me and my wife, and then we'll talk more about it. So I think maybe like a couple of days later, I sat down with him and Danielle, and I just remember leaving that meeting, and I was like, I called my mom when I got in the car. I was like, man, I do not know these people from a can of paint, but I feel good about them. I said, and she was like, well, my mom was very supportive. Well, you actually met my mom in Columbia, because she was like,
I did. Yeah.
Some guy took a picture with me, and I was like, what? Who? And I had to find it. I was like, oh, it was you. But yeah, she actually brings that up all the time. But yeah, so I ended up telling him, I was like, yeah, I'm with it. Let's do it. And I just remember sending not that I needed to, but I remember sending this voice message to like all of my tight classmates and friends that supported me along the OT journey, and was like, yeah, guys, I made a decision to do this. And so many of them called me. They was like crying. It's like they was happy for me. They was like, we know this is what you wanted to do. And, all this kind of stuff. So it was very like a very transitional moment for me, because it was like, dang, I'm really doing what I want to do and what I love to do. And shoot, it was like God was saying, thank you for finally listening, because the moment that I chose fitness, all kind of doors start opening within the fitness realm, because I still was, doing my own thing. So within my own brand, doors was opening, E2M was growing. And then 2020 is when Jeff asked me, to come and work for E2M full time. And I was like, shoot, you ain't said nothing. Let me go ahead and put this seatbelt in. I am buckled up, because I know we about to ride. I know we about to go somewhere. So yeah, I'm always super excited to share that story with people, because I feel like we all probably have been there where we didn't do something because we're worried about what somebody else may think, or we're worried about, well, all this other work that I put in for this. And I'm just here to tell you that what's for you will always circle back, and you will be exactly where you need to be. But it also takes work of you actually standing up to what you truly want to do.
Yeah, why? Listen, you can't be saying too much. You taking away from some of my questions I want to ask later. Well, guys, I guess that sums up the interview. Thanks for tuning in.
Well, time to go.
Time to go. So career-wise, within E2M, well, I guess outside of E2M, I know E2M is that's your thing right now. I saw on Instagram where you was, if I can refresh your memory, you was in a two-piece like dress. It was kind of like, I don't know, it was maybe tan, pinkish. You had a book in your hand. Use that.
I was talking at an event.
Right. So you motivational speaker as well?
So I let y'all tell the clientele that I am, but I don't classify myself as that. I just speak what God put in my heart, and it come out however it needs to. But no, so that was my friend. She actually has a women's empowerment event every year. Okay. And she kind of told me about me being a speaker, but I know it was gonna be like a panel speaker situation. So I thought I was just gonna be on a panel. I was like, okay, yeah, I can be on the panel. We can chop it up. What we can talk about though? Because I've never, I guess I've never done that. I'm sure I have at some point, but it was just like, that was to me like, oh yeah, I can do a panel. I've done that before. I've gotten invited back to Winthrop and, spoke on panels for, being at Winthrop and all that kind of stuff. So I was just like, oh yeah, I can do that. But then I think some days, maybe some weeks later, I don't know. She's like, no, I want you to be keynote speaker. And I was like, wait, what? what that mean? What I need to do with that? I don't know about that, sis. But no, so I was like, oh, okay. So I'm always, one thing about me, I would never tell you I don't know how to do something. I'm always try. So I laugh and joke with her, and I was like, okay. So I ended up going to the drawing board, and I was like, what I'm gonna talk about? Because I can talk. So I was like, well, let me make sure I have structure. Right. You don't say. But I was like, let me make sure I have some structure, so I won't be in here for 2 hours and we talking about just everything. So I just wrote down some topics and kind of shared it with a friend, and I was like, it's crazy because it just the topic that I had in mind, it's like everything just flowed into it, just came out that day. And I had my little key points thinking I was gonna need my little book, and I had it there, but honestly, once I started flowing, I started going, and the response that I had afterwards was that, like, oh my gosh, like, are you like a motivation speaker? Are you like, you know, you need to do that? Like, no, seriously, you need, like, it was so many people coming up crying, like, oh, your story, your testimony, and I was shocked because I was like, I mean, of course, in the lives in the group, I'm just kind of, you know, I'm talking, and I don't look at it as I'm motivational speaker. I'm looking at it, I'm talking to my family. Like I'm chopping it up with y'all, like y'all in the room, we kicking it, you know? So I guess for me, that's why it's hard for me to say like, oh, you're right. And, you know, it's just hard for me to say that because for me, it's a conversation, even though, I mean, I'm the only one in the room. But, you know, y'all comment on the comments, it makes me feel like you're talking to me. You're right there. So I think that's why I never look at it as, oh, I'm a motivational speaker, because to me, it's just, I'm just having a conversation. But that after that event, though, I've had so many people that either like wanted me to talk at something they were having or all that good stuff. So I don't know, man. I haven't put it on the resume or anything, but it's definitely every time I speak, people always say, girl, this is what you need to be doing too. And
Your
I'm just
gift
like,
will make room for you. That's all I'm gonna say.
yeah, but I just like, again, as long as I can say something and somebody can say something from it to elevate themselves, then hey, I'm gonna keep on running this mouth.
I hear that. Listen, let me pull up a couple of the comments. You got Mike Span. He the one be doing all the videos. He said
Oh
you have
yeah.
found your calling. Yeah, listen, Mike got about 17,000 videos on file. You can find something motivating and funny with him. He has some of him, me, Dwayne, and Anton. He has some of him and himself and him and his wife. I mean, he can do anything. He can pull footage and do all types. Mike is a good guy. Mike, what's going on, brother? Octavia Bates Griffin say you have been such an inspirational since I joined in 2020. Then she ends it off with love you and a heart. Oh, here we go.
What's up,
Go ahead and
look,
go ahead and throw up the
go ahead and
throw it up. Throw it up the heart. And then Mike's man come back again and said, Deaconess Alicia always comes with the word. And you do, even during the exercise, you'll come through with. Matter of fact, one of my favorite sayings. Let me see if it's a one-word phrase you use, but you stretch it out a little bit. You always say it.
I always say something that I stretch it out.
Yeah, you might not even know you might not know you said so, but every time you say something or you stressing something, you say it's
listen.
2 syllables.
Is it listen?
Well, wait.
I know I say
something
listen a lot.
Something comes before or either after listen.
Honey. That
no
child,
no.
I don't know. I say that too, though. I say listen, honey, and child.
You, baby.
Oh,
that's the one. You be, especially when you call yourself telling somebody out. You like, cause if you ain't getting out of bed, if you ain't doing the work, baby, you need to tighten up. Yeah.
You know what's crazy? I did not notice I said it as much. I do now. So the reason why I said listen, honey, and child, and because people had said that to me. They was like, when you be saying listen, I'm like, dang, I say listen a lot. And they be like, you say honey? I say that a lot. So now I got another one. I didn't really. I'm a little animated with my words. You're right. But yes, now I'm gonna pay attention to it. I did not know, but I didn't realize the listening and the honey and all that. It's just people pointing out, and I'm like, oh, you're right. I do say that. I do.
Listen, all of those are t-shirt worthy. I can tell you that.
Yeah, I see Michael's comment. Yes, I do say that. Now, don't play in my face. Do not play in my face. Tell me you can't do something and you ain't tried it. Do not play in my face.
That's right. I'm about to throw something at you. Wait a minute. Let's get this last comment because we got to move on. Love, Coach Alicia. Everybody,
I appreciate
Listen, that's the sentiment. I hear everybody, you know, they love all of y'all, but all of y'all got something in particular. It's like especially with like Coach Whitwit. It's like I feel like Coach Whitwit would beat me up in life for real if I wasn't working. It's almost like if I'm half working out, I'm like, wait a minute, I mean, she just does that, man. I love
Right.
some Coach Whitwit. Um, two names I'm gonna throw out there for you, and I want you to tell me where they come from, and then we're gonna get into what is E2M and why should somebody join E2M.
Okay.
Ivana,
That's
Ivana
my middle.
Fitness. Okay,
Ivana is my middle name. Yes, my name is Alicia Ivana Edwards.
okay. So you know that I do my research. I be digging. Susie.
Well, you know,
Uh,
I so I actually got the nickname Susie from two different groups of people for two different reasons. And the first reason, I actually did not used to like to talk about it because I'm good with it now. But the first reason, I was in high school, and so you remember the movie ATL?
yeah,
Okay, you know there was Big Booty Judy.
yeah,
Well, I was skinny, and all my friends was very developed, but I was no
right.
booty Susie. So they were, so they would call me No Booty Susan, and it just got short to Susie. And I was like, I really don't like that name because I mean now
Yeah.
you know now it's so funny because those same friends was like, girl, you got a butt now, and I'd be like, oh, sleep on it. Come on now. But we been
Don't
putting in
play in
work.
my
Y'all
face.
y'all done picked on me. I had to go do some squats and some hip thrusts and stuff. But nah.
Yeah.
So you know, so that's what people call me, Susie. My little smaller group of friends in high school. But then when I got to college, and I just keep it at this. I actually got that nickname online. That's I'm a member of Delta Sigma Theta Sorority
Okay.
Incorporated. We're just gonna leave it at that. But that's why I got my nickname, Susie. So it's like two different groups of people, two different reasons, but the same nickname. So there it is.
Okay.
Susie.
Awesome. Who's this? Carrying Ho. I remember this day. I remember. She says, "Love you, Lee, so much. I enjoyed it when you gave me a shout out and didn't want to say my name." Remember, you was like, "Yeah, this shout out goes to Karen." Well, I ain't gonna say the last name, y'all, but yeah, it says Karen Ho. I remember that.
I did.
That was a
Yeah,
couple
that was
weeks
like
ago,
2
right?
weeks ago. Huh?
Yeah.
That was like 2 weeks ago because I was like, Lord, Karen Ho. I said, I ain't calling her name now. That's what the name says.
Yeah.
Like, don't think.
Octavia Bates Griffin says that's her alter ego. I'm pretty sure you know who that is, Octavia, right?
Yes,
So I listen. She knows you. You know her. Hey, we just gonna leave it at that.
Right.
That's the alter ego. All right. E2M. Jeff Spoon.
Mm-hmm.
E2M. What is this program, and what has it done? What is this program, and what has it done for you as a coach, knowing that you helping? Matter of fact, let's just go into the whole spiel. What it is, why should they join? Because see, the reason why I gotta do it like this, because once you start talking, you just gonna go, and I ain't gonna be able to ask the question later, so I got to ask it now. So let me get
I'm still your job. I'll be in the host and the guest.
making it easy. Listen, what is E2M? What is your specialty in the program as a coach? What do you do? Why should someone join? And maybe even talk about the ones who are in the program, and maybe because everybody has some rough times and they want to, feel like, oh, it ain't working for me, and that's when you got to be like, baby, because you got to tighten them up. So go ahead.
Well, I mean, on paper, I can tell you what E2M, which is a virtual program. We offer meal plans, workout plans. I can tell you the cost, which is $40 a week for 8 weeks, so $320 in total. And then you have access to the program for however many rounds after that you want. You have access to everything. We have seated workouts. We have Zumba. We have step aerobics, and the list goes on. We have a mental coach, a dietitian. That's what it is on paper. But what it is to me in my heart, It's a community that I know that I would not have been able to find anywhere else. It's a community of people that is so supportive. The love, the unconditional love that E2M shares, the clients, the coaches, shoot, the behind the scenes staff that y'all don't see. It's like it's such a crazy connection, and I know it may sound cliche, but you know, the fact that I'm able to work in a group with people that I actually like is it's amazing, because let's be real, you don't like everybody you work with. And I'm not just saying this to cap. Like, I enjoy every last person, from the behind the scenes to the coaches to the media staff. It's like I literally talk to these people. These people have been in my home. I've been in their homes. And it's just it's a family. It's a family that I didn't know I needed. And it's so it's again, I can give you the list of what we offer, but if you're asking me what does it mean to me, E2M is definitely an environment that is very supportive, that is very compassionate, heavy on compassionate, is very a determined group. Because, and I say determined because we look at our clients each and every day. They're posting their goals. They're posting their downfalls. And because they want to get better, they're determined to be better. They're determined to be the best version of themselves. You look at the coaches. You look at Jeff. I mean, again, when I joined E2M as a coach in 2019, listen, we had 650 members. I don't know why, but for some reason, I was like the only one doing like the circuit lives at the time. And I had like maybe 10 members on my Friday lives. And I thought I was doing something. I was like, okay. Yeah. And, you know, I was happy. I was excited. But now you got a cookbook. You got several coaches. You got behind the scenes staff. You got an operations team. You got a media. Like, you got amazing people like you doing podcasts and actually interviewing. It's like, it has grown so much. Like, he always called me little sis, but I really do look at him as like a big bro that I am super proud of, because he is determined. And as me, as a friend, as a mentee, and as a coach, like, I'm determined to, again, I told you earlier, I have my seatbelt on. Like, right. we riding this wave, baby, because I just know that it's so much more that we can bring and help individuals. You hear the stories about clients getting off medications. Shoot, not saying we know baby making program, but you hear the stories of like, dang, the doctor said I wasn't able to have a baby, or, you know, whatever the case is, and it's like, oh, I started eating different. We have so many stories like that. We have so many E2M babies, and like, where, you know, it's the list goes on about all of the blessings that have been pulled from this group. And I just, so that's why I said it's definitely more than what we offer, but it's more of a feel that I can't really explain. Even what I'm trying to now is, it's just, you just have to be there. You just, one of those things, you just have to be there. But for those who are interested in joining, if you're not a member and you're watching this, I can, you know, just hit me up. I can go over the list of what we do offer, but make sure you check out e2mfitness.com. E2mfitness.com is our website, and I see it right here, boom, on the screen. You can go to our Facebook, E2M Personal Training. You can go to our Instagram, E2M Fitness. Shoot, we got a YouTube, E2M Fitness on there. Like, again, all these things that we didn't have before. So we're definitely growing. But our challenge, our signups open this Thursday. Yeah, this Thursday, December the 29th. And they'll be open until the following Wednesday. But the actual challenge will begin on January the 2nd. All right. So for all of my OGs, triple OGs that are in here that may not be active, I'm going to tell you like this. Yes, the challenge does start on January 2nd, but baby, you already up in here. So you can already hit that guides tab, and you can start today. You can start tomorrow. So it's 7/14. So I give y'all the rest of the night, but you can start tomorrow. So, and I get it. Hard. It's just so hard for me to get into it and all. Yeah, I understand that. So that's what, you know what you do after that, when you feel like, oh, it's so hard, I just need somebody to talk to. You go to E2M Personal Training, our Facebook inbox, and then you message one of us, and we're going to be on the other end of that. And we're going to tell you ways to help you get back in track, because a lot of times it's not even the physical, it's the mental. So we'll tell you to focus on the accomplishments that you did achieve, because a lot of times people get discouraged because they didn't reach a certain number. Like I said, when I trained for my competition, 117 was not on the menu, but that's just what I was. But that was a look, and then that look got me my trophies over here. It's just like, so the same thing for members in this group. Don't focus so much on the number, but focus on the mindset. Focus on, you can focus on the look too, but just think about the non-scale victory that you are accomplishing, because if you're continuing to do the little steps, they're gonna always equal up to that big step, that bigger goal. So you got the little goals and you got the big goal, and if you tapping into those little goals, they're gonna eventually get you to that big goal. So I get it. Starting is the hardest thing to do, especially when you did it and then you didn't do it and now you got to do it again. Oh, I get it. Trust me. Because before I decided not to do a show again, I actually was training for another show. But then, the big C happened. So a lot of stuff got canceled. But before then, it was challenging for me to get back in that mindset, because I went so hard and I was like, dang, I gotta do this again. But I had to kind of tap into my support system and my accountability partners and all that good stuff. And I realized it wasn't the physical, it was just the mind, the mental. So once you get that mental piece, again, we have a mental fitness coach for that reason. Once you get that mental piece, then a lot of times you're good to go. But you can't look at it as like, all right, well, I got this big goal and I'm just thinking about that big goal. Like, no, if you know you're having a hard time to start back, you got to take it day by day. Because if you're trying to look at it as the bigger picture, which, sometimes we motivate people, oh, look at the big picture. But when you're trying to start back, sometimes you can't look at that big picture quite yet. You got to look at the smaller frames first. So you need to make sure I'm tapping into, like, do I have my meal today? Do I have my water today? Did I do my exercise today? We'll worry about tomorrow when it gets here. So my encouragement to you guys are for the OGs that are just listening, but you're just trying to get back on track. First and foremost, get you an accountability partner, but not somebody that's going to listen to you complain and not check you. You need to get somebody that's going to be able to, like, hey sis, hey bruh, you told me you wanted to do this, so what's up? So you need to be able to also accept the feedback they give as well, if that's what you truly want to do. But you just can't play with yourself. At the end of the day, you know what you want to do. You just got to put in the work.
Right. Somebody, I guess they don't know I'm live.
I'm about to say, okay, hotline bling.
Yeah, that's actually one of my E2M one of the ladies that got me and my wife in the E2M. But I'm gonna have to. Well, I don't even know how to cut the phone off. Let me see. Oh, I got it. There we go. All right, last thing, and I'm gonna show you.
I forget, you asked me what my specialty was. I just saw Michael's response. So yeah, I teach step aerobics, Zumba, and I also lead our Friday circuit workouts.
Okay, awesome. Now I'm gonna pull this picture up, and I want you to tell me what do you feel when you see this picture here. Let me make sure if I can pull it up. You know what? Anytime you try to do something for the Lord, stuff just don't go.
That's like, when you about to praise dance at church and then the music don't work. It's been working all that practice.
Yeah, it's been working all this time, and I mess around. See, I don't want to mess around and hit the wrong thing, and it don't show. So, but what I was going to, matter of fact, I just asked you about them, Coach Witt and Coach Mandy. Tell me, cause y'all just look like y'all just mesh, not MESS, but MESSH. Y'all mesh together like glue. Yeah. Tell me about y'all friendship, sisterhood.
Yeah, so I actually met Whitney first. Matter of fact, it was the first. So Jeff asked me about being a coach for E2M, and we all met up at Freedom Park, and he was like, I'm gonna have another trainer, and she's gonna be there. And I met Whitney and her husband, and it was as awkward as it seemed. It was like we connected right then and there. It was like right before I actually started coaching, but we did like some promos or something like that for the group, and ever since then, like, me and her have become literally best friends. Like, I mean, I done rode to Florida with her and her family. I done, we done went camping with her and the mother-in-law. And it's just like, we definitely do more outside of just E2M. Like, I call her up, what you doing today? I'm about to go get some food. Come ride with me, or she just moved recently. She called me. I done helped her, move in the house. Like we definitely
I saw
develop
that.
yes,
Congratulations, coach. Yeah.
I was so happy for her. I'm so happy for her. But yeah, so our friendship is definitely different. She reminds me a lot of my best friend Janaea because they're both little. Like I always tell them they actually met. And I'm like, why I get stuck with all these little friends? I just make little jokes or whatever. But yeah, me and her, we FaceTime all the time. She called me every day. Like that's my dog. That's my dog. Mandy, I actually met Mandy. I started training with WITHE2M, I feel like in June or July. I think it was July of 2019. I actually met Mandy, I want to say in September, maybe August. And because she was a client and then she ended up becoming a coach. And even with her, like Mandy is one of the sweetest, like most caring individuals I know. Like when she and it's like even though she does it all the time, I'm still like, oh, thank you. But she always knows that like I have like this thing, essential tremors or whatever, and I get triggered sometimes, during signing just because I guess I'm like overexcited or whatever. And so she always be like, hey, how's your tremors going? You doing good? Or like if something happens, if I'm having a bad day, even if it's just like, hey guys, I'm just having a bad day. I get a call downstairs, like, you got some flowers down here. I'm like, girl, like she is very, very, very thoughtful. Like I love both of them, but they all are different. Like, Whitney is a little crazy. And then you got Mandy, she's like more of the like, the sweeter, like, okay, we're gonna she levels us out, but yeah, like you're right. We talk every single day. So we have like the coach group chat, and then we got the Spoonex group chat, and we talk about everything. And I mean, yeah, I love those girls. We meet up the first day of signups. We always meet up and we work. We'll go to like this place, we'll meet up, we'll work together, just kind of like our thing. We have our little traditions that we have. And again, even with her, I've been in her people's house, her family house, and just I don't look at them as people, oh, it's my coworkers. I don't look at them as coworkers at all. Those are my friends.
That's awesome. That's awesome. I know we're getting close to time. We want to be off before Coach get ready to come up. Real quick, and I want you to do two things, and I think we've covered everything. Everybody, sees the program is $320 or either $40 for 8 weeks. Of course, it's an ongoing thing. You don't have to pay ever again. But you know how people think, oh, all this money. Explain to the people, because you've had to be a part of it. Not only does the coach help us mentally and physically, but he even helps people outside of the program by donating and contributing to organizations or people who need help. And then after that, just let everybody know again, if you can remember all the things, what the programs offered, as far as Pilates, Zumba, weight coaching, nutrition. And then you can tell them, goodbye.
Well, I try to do my best not to leave anything out. But again, we do offer the workouts, which is our main life circuit workouts. We have those, our meal plans, and we have, for those who need modifications, we have our seated workouts, and we're actually about to have a treadmill class. I don't know if that was announced yet. I think it was. I don't know. But anyway, if it wasn't, we have that coming as well. You have, again, Zumba. I be in there, dancing with y'all. We got Zumba. We have step aerobics. We have kickboxing. We have Pilates. We have yoga. We have spin. We also have our coaches who teach specialty like type exercises, like Mandy, she's over the abs. You have Whitney, she's getting the glutes right. We have coaches like Brad, and as well as Jeff, they do like these HIIT workouts, these extra credit burn workouts. We have gym workouts that people can also do as well. If they have access to the gym, we have those. We also have a registered dietitian, and she's actually also in the inbox. People have certain questions when it comes to the food and all that good stuff, or different diagnoses, and they really need to know about food correlation with that. We have her there to answer those questions. We have a mental fitness coach as well. We have chefs that they go live and do the recipes, and now we do have our cookbook out. Make sure you go to again, e2mfitness.com, hit that shop tab, and then, you know, go ahead and get the Amazon book from that link, the Amazon store that we got on our website. So make sure you get that. But I'm sure that's probably, I feel like that's everything, but I'm sure I probably missed a little bit here and there. But point is, the list is long, and we offer so much, as well as every coach, I can say, has their own personality. So you get to, you know, just have a different message from each and every one of us in a different light, in a different way. So there's that. You asked me something else. Oh, so again, yes. So yes, it's the $320 for 2 months. Most people are like, what? That's amazing. And it is. But outside of the prizes that we give, we give a bunch of prizes away. Whether you in the top 5 or you win the big prize, I think it's like, it used to be over 25K worth of prizes. I think it's a little bit more now. But yes, every time we do our meetups, also make sure you hit up our Facebook or our Instagram page to see our meetup schedule. We go to Virginia January 14th to kick off the year. But every time we go to a meetup, we always make sure we donate to a women's shelter in that area, especially because a lot of our group members are mainly women. And a lot of times our group members have actually used that service. And we just, we donate to many different things, but that's one thing that Jeff really holds dear and near to his heart, is helping those in the women's shelters. And I mean, shoot, there's 18 of us on staff. You know, we got to get paid too. But no, it's definitely I think when people, if anybody's like, oh, what the money? Listen, you really putting a price tag on your health.
They go to listen. You said listen. There you go.
If you right here tagging and putting a price tag on your health, baby, we gotta we talk. What we really talking about? So I feel I've answered the question, but really, you know, the real question is, you know, does your health have a price tag on it? But that's what I have to say about that. But I really enjoy you, Ty, for having me on here. I know I can talk or whatever, but I appreciate you. I enjoyed it, and hopefully, you know, you guys took something from this, you know.
I believe they did. Listen, Coach, I appreciate you. I'll be doing. I don't know what you're doing tomorrow. I'll be back at work tomorrow, so I'll be jumping back on my regular 3 a.m. schedule, getting back home by 3. But I'll be catching some of what y'all doing tomorrow. I appreciate it. I'm going to get ready to tune in with Coach Jeff, and we hope to have you back again.
Yes. All right. Well, I appreciate you guys, and you have a great night. And make sure you tell your friends and your family members to sign up December 29th.
All right, y'all. You have heard it from none other. It took me 2 rounds to get her, but she is here. Y'all, thank you, Coach, and we'll be talking to you later.
Good night. Bye.
All right, appreciate it. All right, guys, y'all have heard from our coach. Yep. You heard from her. Now we got to go. Because Coach is coming on. Let me read these last couple of comments. We got the Spoonettes are amazing. Each of you has your flavor and it meshes well. Like I said, Octavia said it was a great interview. Mike comes back again. Yep, 320 is worth it, not being on medications. That's awesome, Mike. Get ready for your interview. It's coming up next, my brother. You and Anton. Thank you both. You are big. Listen, appreciate you. We love you, y'all. Some of y'all won't be able to see this interview. Our live with the coach Jeff Spoon, because that's a private group setting, and so everything is private, everything is good to go. But guys, we love y'all, man. Karen, thank you for Karen. Listen, we're gonna be doing more. We got Wit. We did Coach Alicia. Now next is Coach Mandy. So I want y'all to tell it. Listen, everybody, tell Coach Mandy, hurry up and get on Todd podcast, because he got to talk to you. Listen, guys, I love y'all. Y'all, let's go listen to Coach Jeff. See y'all. One piece. Love. Hair grease. Bye.